Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kyber Cave family. It's here. It's me here, Mezzo. I can speak, okay? I haven't had my coffee yet. I brought it with me, though. So, good morning. I am so happy that we are here to chat about the best stuff in the world, nerdy stuff. And who better to do that with than the people I have waiting for me to pop them on that screen? We have my wonderful premier son, who I finally got to meet in person earlier this year. From across the U.S., please welcome Fourzze.
I'm wearing a pink shirt.
Yay! you can match my sign.
Okay, it's a peach shirt then.
Peach. Okay.
Peach.
You're just so peachy.
Mm.
And then next on our docket, we have the incomparable wisdomatic, wise, very knowledgeable lady in comics of all types. Here is Fray Girl.
Hello, everyone. I am wearing a gray shirt that looks very similar to the color of my couch, which
I don't remember what shirt I have on. It's a Star Wars shirt.
Woo!
It's a
always
Mickey,
on brand.
It's Mickey ears.
Oh, that's cool.
Like Mickey ears that my cousin made it, and it's got all inside. Like one of the ears is a Death Star.
Oh, that's neat.
It's
that's
just
really neat.
I wore it to bed and woke up and still have it on.
Hey, for you, it is Saturday morning nerd out.
That is true. It is Saturday morning nerd out for me. How are both of you today?
I'm here. I'm caffeinated. I got my, got my Wonder Woman cat and mug. Woo-hoo-hoo.
I'm actively caffeinating.
Yes.
I guess I should start my caffeinator.
Caffeinator.
The coffee machine? Is that what that means? Hey!
Yeah. Throw it from manual into wisdomatic.
Don't, there is another setting, but you only want to use it if you're really hardcore into the coffee. It's called Transformer, and they will beat the crap out of you. That's how they wake you up.
More than meets the eye.
More than coffee and cream.
So what do we got on the docket for this morning, ladies?
Well, we are starting with Miss Minutes. Let's see what she has to say.
Hey, y'all, and welcome to the Special Projects Division of the TVA. You have been selected for this special project by our leader, and goodness gracious, he said such sweet things about you. The Game Master will give you all the details so you can keep the sacred timeline intact. Remember, we take the timeline seriously here at the TVA, and you are the most important part of this sacred mission throughout the multiverse. Take it away, Game Master.
Thank you, Miss Minutes. And I'm glad to see that you are back in the world of the living, I guess. Maybe. Okay, anyway, let's talk episode 5 of Loki season 2, titled Science/Fiction, not Science Fiction. We got to see some really interesting things from our gang. So let's get into it. The Miss Minutes Minute, I have our top 10. I know everybody's excited. First one, Loki finds a lot of spaghetti. A lot of spaghetti. All right. Number 2, Back to Future ain't got nothing on Loki. Number 3, Frank Morris. I think the FBI and Alcatraz are missing you. B-15, Mobius, and OB. Wow. Who can do a good Owen Wilson? Wow, I can't.
Wow.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that's a bit better.
All right. Number 5, Obi has a wife. Is it Michelle Yeoh? Number 6, Loki and Sylvie have a drink. No song, though. I really wish there'd been a song. All right. Number 7, Sylvie proves she is usually wrong. Number 8, Loki is a time-slipping lord. Number 9, family dinner ends in a food fight. And number 10, Loki gets the band back together. And that has been your Miss Minutes Minute.
Thank you.
Number 11, Fourzze lost
Having-
all the. Fourzze lost,
No.
did not get a single point this entire week.
No, you did.
Ooh.
I didn't predict any of it.
No, you did.
No, Graveyard got it all. Like, all of it.
No,
Literally
Graveyard got
every
all of
point.
it. Yeah, he got all the points. He got the total 75, but so did this little sister here.
I got 0.
I got points too.
I got 0.
So you got 5
The predicting
gauntlet planners.
Yeah, the gauntlet planners.
And so did Captain Lady Moon. Fourzze, you got 25 because you said we see the initial programming of Miss Minutes, and Loki and Sylvie's magic saved them. I think that's what caused them to both still remember. Like when Sylvie got put back into the 80s, I think that's why she could remember, is because the magic, and she's got the temp pad from He Who Remains. So I think those both help. So I said I'm like magic. Look, science, future science is what we consider magic now. So I'm like, I'm giving it to you for that. So I was like, yeah. And we did. We heard Miss Minutes be like, when they were in the TVA with the, error, whatever, 1229, like thing like that. That was Miss Minutes' initial thing. That's who she was. Yeah. So I was like, no, this is what it is. So I was like, yeah, I'm giving it to him. So you got 25. You got some extra points that you didn't know.
Yay.
All right. And then Shadu got 5 and Jamez got 5. And Phil didn't get anything because he didn't give me a prediction, and I asked him specifically. So did I give petty points? You bet your ass I did. All right. It's called Don't Mess with the Game Master. That's what it's called. All right. So that brings our totals to Graveyard is at 275 points. Now remember, we do have that spoiler for the overall, which could change the balance of power in this game. That's all I'm saying. Mezzo, you're at 15. Shadu is at 70 and tied with James at 70 as well. Young Phil is at 55. I actually, because I got some stuff right this week, I move up to 185. Captain Lady Move it. Let me say that again. Captain Lady Moon is at 15. And Fourzze, you're at 185. So we tied for second.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I'm just impressed. Everybody's on the board. It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy.
I just thought it was time that other people, got to win the prediction game. So I just was doing terrible on purpose.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm throwing it.
See,
Maybe I am. No.
Venus. Rather.
Right. So like I honestly joking aside and everything, I really am very proud that how much participation we've had for this one. And I really like that we did like just like a time period, because I mean, this one lends itself to that, but I really like it because you just kind of go, okay, I think they're going to be in the 90s this time, or whatever. And then you can make like a really wacky prediction. So it's not as much pressure to be right, I think. And I like it because I think everybody's having more fun. So next game that we do, I'll try and find a cool twist on it as well. So anyway, or someone else can, if you guys have a game that you want, or something you want to see us play, definitely let us know, because we're kind of your puppets at this point.
Ooh.
Now, we still making predictions for next week, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
And now, when was the due date for the overall? What's the difference between the prediction for next week and the overall prediction? Isn't it the same thing?
Well, so the overall prediction is like the whole story. So like you could say, hey, like I'll give you one. I didn't change mine. I gave before the 5th episode, that was when you were going to change it. Since that was a newer thing, if we want to fudge it a little, I'm happy to fudge it a little, because we did have a really weird twist that happened. And so I don't, it's like, I don't want to say, no, you can't do it. I'm not that kind of game master.
Did anybody give their overall yet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We did it at the very beginning. You said that we will tie into Multiverse of Madness. We will see other universes. Miss Minute, and then you said your wibbly wobbly timey wimey theory overall was Miss Minutes is an AI version of King, and we get cameos galore, including Deadpool.
Ooh, neat.
It was weeks ago. Who remembers that?
Not this guy.
So then I said Victor Timely joins forces with Loki, Sylvie, and Mobius to take down the new ruler. And then I said the wibbly wobbly timey wimey theory is Mobius is a Balder variant, and Obi is the scientist, and he who remains wiped his mind so he wouldn't remember. I still think my wibbly wobbly timey wime theory could actually happen, because we find out Obi is an actual scientist in his branch timeline. So it's like,
Sorry.
So should I have done a different, like, I should have made it more.
No, so dramatic.
If you want to do a short of that, there you go. There you got 3 of them. All right.
13 minutes in.
13 minutes in, and Fray has cracked. All right.
I wrote Fray girl.
All right. The TVA. You said the TVA infrastructure crumbles and Mobius ends up taking over in the end. I still think that could happen. These are all. I still think a lot of these are still in play. Everybody, they're still in play. Loki kills the judge Dox in self-defense in the end. 2. He separates ways with Mobius as friends, and he is a changed person. I still think a lot of that could happen. And look, they could save Dox and they can go back in time now, and that's I mean they could have anyway. And I'm still hoping at some point there's a Shanghai Noon reference, like hoping, because I think that would be great.
I know that's not going to happen, but like, I mean, Kiwi Kwan was also like in stunt performing, so maybe there's a connection.
Well, so
Please.
I was gonna make an Everything Everywhere All at Once joke, more of a joke in the Miss Minute's Minute, and was gonna talk about how Obi really is just another variant of his character from Everything Everywhere All at Once, and that's why he's married to Michelle Yeoh, and we just didn't see her, and that's the wife that
would be
divorced him.
hilarious.
So I'm like, and so, but then I thought, actually Jackie Chan was supposed to be in Everything Everywhere All at Once. He was going to be the main character, but he couldn't do it, and he recommended Michelle Yeoh because they did a lot of stuff together, and that's when they found Ki Hu Kwan. Yeah. I always think Ki Hu, and then I never remember the Kwan. I don't know why. I apologize, Ki Hu Kwan. Come on the show. We'll talk about it. But yeah, so he was, and so Jackie Chan was gonna be his character, and they were gonna put it where he was the one going through all the thing, and that Michelle Yeoh was his unsuspecting wife. But because of that, they swapped it, and that's how that all happened.
And then and he got an Oscar.
Right. And so it's like, okay, Jackie, who's the smart one now? But
yes. All right.
Anyway,
yeah.
I think that they could do a Shanghai New thing with him and Owen.
That would be
as kind of a nod to this is what would have happened because of a variant. He was Jackie Chan, really. So anyway, I'm done. I'm stopping now.
So next we do our predictions. Yes. All right.
Yes. Let's go.
Forrest, would you like to give your prediction?
All right. So here's how it's going to go. We're going to have a cross between Terminator 3 and the final episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Okay.
Loki's going to master his time slipping. He's going to slip through times, plural. More than likely, he's going to slip through all of the key points we've seen in this season, including the moment that TVA book was dropped on He Who Remains' childhood. We're gonna revisit all. He's gonna slip to key points. We're gonna be in the TVA, and we're gonna be at just about every spot we were at through his time slipping. However, in the end, here's where Terminator 3 comes in. Judgment Day is inevitable. It will not stop the return of He Who Remains, because quote unquote Loki, something terrible's coming. I have to stop He Who Remains. I have to save the TVA. I have to save everything. Mm-hmm. He won't. Regardless of all of everything he does next week, he will succeed at doing. But He Who Remains, or Kang, or whatever you're going to call him, it's inevitable. It will still happen. Everything, it all comes back together at the top of the pyramid. So there it is.
Okay, so basically, if we're putting it in Doctor Who terms,
I don't follow Doctor Who.
I know, that's why, that's why I understood exactly what you're saying. I was like, oh, this is totally Doctor Who. It's a fixed point in time. So in Doctor Who terms, there's certain points in time that have to happen for it has to happen, or everything is just goes tits up or whatever. Oh, I'm sorry, that's probably not very family friendly. Goes horribly wrong.
Please.
Oh my gosh. I should never have caffeine again. All right. Yeah, that's so. Okay. So, no, but I'm saying, so it's the same thing as Star Trek, where it's certain things have to happen or the universe just implodes upon itself. In Star Trek, it's the same concept, but just Doctor Who calls it a fixed point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so it's just the same thing. So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to say, Loki masters time slipping, tries to stop He Who Remains, but cannot because
he is inevitable.
Because he is Thanos.
He's inevitable. I mean, him coming back is inevitable.
Okay. And
but his friends will be spared due to his time slipping.
Yeah. So you think the TVA is not going to get out of this, is what you're saying?
It might, but again, go back to All Good Things.
Yeah.
Final episode of Next Generation, All Good Things. Picard, he can master his time slip. This is the same darn thing. Loki knows how to do it by finding people, not whens and hows and things like that. It's the who's.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor.
The doctor.
Sorry.
Ooh. Okay. No, I love it. I love it. So I'm going to put for your time frame, I'm putting TVA and all time periods.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's traveling through it all and he's mastering it more. So that's cool. All right. It's so sad that I think the reason that he does it is fear. He's afraid of losing everyone. And that's how he controls his time slipping. But anyway.
You need my wibbly and wobbly, don't you?
No, that's what I put as your Loki Masters time slipping. I just put that down.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to do like a really crazy one. I don't have a problem with just using this one.
So isn't our prediction where we're going?
So the temp pad prediction is just the time period.
Right. So
And
the time
then-
period is
yeah.
basically all the key points we've seen in every episode. So the country
Right.
western spot, that's my overall prediction.
Which is how we get the Shanghai Noon reference. I absolutely totally get that.
Right. So
I'm
but I
sorry,
mean, we've already witnessed him master his time slipping. So my wibbly
Okay.
will be
All right.
because of his time slipping meddling,
Mm-hmm.
he will inadvertently save Renslayer and Miss Minutes.
Oh, okay.
In harmony now.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Inadvertently save Miss Minutes
Yes.
And Ravona.
Ravona.
I
wanna
haven't
call her-
seen.
Ravona.
I want to call her Ravona Flowers because of Scott Pilgrim.
Right, I know.
Wait.
I do. That's why I call her Renslayer, so I don't like
Ramona.
mix them up.
Ramona.
Now I haven't seen this last week's episode,
Okay.
but the week before, when the box is getting smaller and you see Miss Minutes like gleeful over it.
Yeah, she's disgusting.
She is evil, and I love it at the same time.
She is like.
be ham.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
Oh,
Is
that
it?
was like it went dark. That was dark. Like I think to me that was scarier than anything in Multiverse of Madness.
No.
Yes.
I think it was. Yes, it was. Because
No,
she
he
could
put me
be
big, so I was
anywhere.
saying no. I was saying no to being big.
No, I put you up there. Isn't it your turn?
Yes. it's
Wait,
my
but we got to
turn.
give our thing. So,
Oh.
so what do we think? Do we think about
Oh, yes.
Fourzze's Nexus event, Prune It, or
Nexus,
so Nexus
man.
event is green,
Green.
Prune It is yellow, green. Okay, I don't
See
even
the
know what
green
red
right
is
there.
called.
Green.
I'm gonna give.
Green.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
give. I'm gonna give it a green. I think it's gonna happen. I love it. 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 Sacred Timeline. That's what it is. Sacred Timeline is green. Sorry. All right, Mezzo, you're up. Whew.
Okay, so I think that there. Okay, so my temp pad is early 2400s, like the odds.
Oh, so like future?
Yes, future.
Oh,
future.
awesome.
Just to kind of throw a wrench, not in the 1940s. I'm going elsewhere, looking forward. I don't know. So my wibbly wobbly I'll never change because even though I know it probably won't happen, like when I saw them go to something that felt even close to country western, I got stupid excited, even though I know it's not going to happen. My heart cannot change what the heart wants. Okay, and then,
Well, they did Shanghai Nights as well.
yeah, I know. Yes, there
And
is.
so
there is
that, I
both.
mean, although Shanghai Noon, I think, is probably the better one. But, you know, whatever.
And then, like, for what's going to happen this week, especially since I didn't see this last week, and hearing your minute recap with no context was hilarious. I think we're going to find out, 'cause I don't know if this was found out in this last episode, so, about Mobius's life.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Eh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, fine.
That was the wow. So
Wow.
supposed to
Oh,
say
okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Thanks,
Uh,
Force. I appreciate you. I'm my back. Thanks, man.
Gosh, darn it. We're gonna find frack.
Do you want a hint so that maybe because I can give you
No,
a
no, no,
hint
no.
without.
No one else gets hints. I don't want that.
I was gonna say it's this one kind of felt like a bottle episode. It gave a lot of information, but nothing much changed. If that helps, and I would say that to
Okay.
anyone.
Okay. I think Sylvie and Loki are gonna kiss again. I don't know.
Ooh.
Oh, gosh, that would be funny though.
Oh, what if that's what they have to
And
do to
I
keep
think,
the radiation from, so they have to kiss all the way up the like.
and I'd really love it if Loki changed clothes while he's in the TVA. Because he's in the same outfit every time.
They just added a freaking coat.
Because he went to, when they went to Chicago World Fair, he was in the nice suit and stuff. I'm like, why doesn't he wear, like, he can like morph his clothes, and so like, why is he still in that dirty, like what used to be a light blue shirt?
Yes,
And
he's
so-
worn several. He wore a
Okay.
70s tuxedo as well. So this is
Okay, and all here.
He
Let me
changed
put it better instead of just saying that Lucas, that we're going to touch more on their relationship in this episode.
Okay.
Sounds like a better version of a theory than saying they're gonna kiss. And what about our dear Fray?
Oh wait, but we got to do the. I think I'm gonna give you.
Yes,
green. You know,
what colors?
no, I'm gonna give you green. I'm giving you green because I want him to be wearing a different freaking outfit in the TVA. Just show us that it's not the same shirt with the bloody like thing that you've. I mean,
They don't have laundry.
it's gonna
service,
get
baby.
infected. It's gonna get infected.
You can get all the key lime pie you want, but never your laundry done.
That's next season. It's all about laundry next season.
They're gonna walk into like a little opening, just like the pies, but it's just like these clothes going by, wrapped in plastic.
Automat, laundromat. The coin operator.
Thank you for the sacred timeline.
But it's like the instead of quarters, the coin operated thing are tokens, like Coney Island tokens or so. You know what I mean? Like, sorry.
Yes,
All
I
right.
do.
So, Fourzze, what do you give her prediction?
Gary, your sentiment. He's got to change that shirt.
Oh my god. All I'm thinking is they need to like start putting like little things just like coming off of him because he's got to smell by now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does he stay? Do we even know if he sleeps at the TVA? Does he have a room? Where do they sleep? Do they have like other pods?
Does he need to sleep?
Right.
I don't think
Does
he's
anyone
like
sleep?
slept this entire time.
No, they're gods. They don't need to sleep.
They're
But, well, like,
pods.
Mobius is not.
No, but you know he's a frost giant. He does not require rest.
That's true.
So yeah, I'm going green on this one.
Awesome. Okay.
Yayness.
Yay. All right. So I actually didn't put anything down. I watched the episode, but we had a game right after it. A basketball game. So right after watching Loki, I watched Victor Wembanyama do some really amazing things. So that was awesome. And I completely forgot about all of it. I was like, oh, I need a thing. So this is going to be off the cuff here. I think we're going to stay in the TVA for the end of this season. I do like my overall wibbly wobbly timey wimey thing. I really feel like Obi is the scientist in this. I think that Obi has a bigger role to play going forward. Now, Marvel has really screwed us over in that department on the TV shows and, you know, having certain people play characters and then those characters get squashed or whatever in like 10 seconds. So I'm giving myself about 50% on that, but I still think that's it. And I'm doubling down on my Balder. My Owen Wilson is Balder, like Mobius is a Balder variant, but that's just me being me. And I just want them to be related because they've got that brotherly like chemistry on screen. And I just want that to be a thing. And that would be why Balder would prefer Sylvie as opposed to Loki, because in Norse mythology, in the actual Norse mythology, Loki is actually a sworn blood brother to Odin and not Thor. He's not Thor's brother. And so and Sylvie being Enchantress. Enchantress is actually Loki's child, and Enchantress and Balder, I think, have a couple of like myths that they're like that they have adventures. So that's why I thought that. Anyway, but that I think too much. I know too much, and sometimes it really clouds my judgment. So my wibbly wobbly timey wimey theory is Loki finally gets his own TARDIS. And by that I mean like he gets his own like temp pad. Like he really is kind of his own temp pad, but I think he needs something to focus the time slipping instead of just him being afraid of losing to everyone. And so I think that Obi's going to help him.
Like I modified your temp pad so that when you put it on,
right? Like he's going to get some cool like bracelet or something that's going to help him. Because like let's face it, this is the accessory phase of Marvel. Everybody's getting accessories right now, so I'm thinking that he's going to modify something or something. He's going to give him something. He's going to have something similar to Sylvie's temp pad, like her thing from Kang or whatever. And yeah, so Loki will get something to help him keep his, like, to make him a human temp pad or
like
a god.
Obi is the Q of the TVA.
Yes. Okay. But that's it. TVA, we're going to be in the TVA the whole episode, and Loki will, okay. I'm actually going to read it. I'm going to say OB will make something. Help Loki with his time slipping. Time slipping by creating a temp pad to, I don't know. That's it. Tim slipping. He's going to slip into Thames. All right. Okay.
I just read it to him, and now he's in the Thames, the River Thames.
He's in Thames. Only Thames.
I give it to sacred timeline.
I'm in the sacred Tim line.
Oh my goodness.
Only Thames. He only shows up at Tim Hortons. Okay, let's go.
Going green on it as well.
Green's all around.
Woo! And you know what?
Yes.
Green is Loki's color. So
It is.
yes. All right, let's please move on. Thank you guys, everyone. I will post this. I forgot to post this stuff yesterday. I will post everything today in our Discord. Please go there. Again, if you have something you have to say about Loki, like, you know, you're like, no, you guys are completely wrong. This is weird, and I don't know what you're doing. Please let us know there, and we will absolutely get, you know, talk with you about it.
Well, first, before we move on, did you guys know that whether you are just waking up for Nerd Out with us, staying up late gaming with us, stuck in your Retro Alcove for hours, or just tired from all of your Saber fights, our sponsor is just for you. Dubby has no calories, no sugar, no fillers, and no artificial flavors. Each serving has 150 milligrams of caffeine, which is the same as 2 cups of coffee. It also has neurofactor, so it delivers that energy and focus without all those jittery feelings. And so you can get 10% off at dubby.dg and use our code KCB2023. Look out, the below thingy, the marquee scroller, the ticker. That's what it's called. I'm a pro. All right, guys. Well, moving on, I forgot about overlays because I'm a dummy.
Okay.
So next, okay, first look there's Loki. That was the Loki one. Cool. Okay, next, Echo. The Echo trailer came out. I want to hear. Let's start with Force. What are your thoughts on the Echo trailer?
I didn't see it.
Okay,
What?
so great to know. Fray girl, what are your thoughts on the Echo trailer?
I liked it. I really liked it. I thought they did a good job with Vincent D'Onofrio being the one that narrated. I thought that was great. I think highlighting him and making it, I think it's making it more about her, like how she grew up, and then she's going back to Oklahoma, and like her, like really reestablishing herself, like her roots and her ancients, and finding that side of her, the more mystical side of her. And I honestly think that's where it's going to go. And I'm excited about it because we really don't have a lot of a lot of diversity as far as like people in the United States. I mean, we've got they did a good job with Miss Marvel, so I'd like to see them do a good job with Echo, because I think the Native American populations are also need to be highlighted. There's a lot of stuff that happens to Indigenous women out there, and I'd like to see a hero that they can look up to. And so, yeah. So I liked it. They also have it in Choctaw, that's dubbed in Choctaw, which I thought was really cool. I know Fray did that from Hulu last year. They did it in a indigenous language. I don't think it was Choctaw though, but Choctaw is big in Oklahoma. So that's one of the tribes in Oklahoma. So yeah, so I thought it was good. They did really well. The fight scenes looked really cool in it, so I'm excited about that. And what else? And we didn't see any Daredevil in this one, but I know that he does show up in it. I think it might be like one of those like one scene things, and that I think that's gonna give us an indication of how Daredevil Born Again might look, even though they're reshooting all of it. So
yeah,
those are my thoughts.
All right, my thoughts. I literally watched it right before we came on. It looks interesting. I like the idea of it. In the trailer, it shows a part where he's beating someone up that wasn't very nice to Echo, and it just made me think of how he is with Vanessa sometimes, like not like how he is with her, but how he would treat someone who treated Vanessa wrongly. Like in at least this universe of cinema that they're using, like those are the two people he's loved, kind of a feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. I got that too. I'm so glad.
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt, because we know he's a very violent man, and I think he, in a sense, gets off on like severely injuring somebody. But it looks good. I'm interested. I'm gonna watch it either way. But yeah, I think it looks good. I like the choice of not like just a bunch of music in the trailer. It's like it's like a pulsing beat moment thing that happens. I like that a lot. So that's my thoughts, I guess.
And it didn't occur to me like you said that, but now like thinking back on it, yeah, it absolutely did have that. And she wouldn't be able to hear music. She would only hear the rhythms. And so
just feel it,
yeah, that's really cool. That might be a really neat thing. And I want to see how she interacts with Daredevil, because she can't hear and he can't see. How is a fight going to happen? Like, what kind of fight, and how good is that going to be?
So they're going to strap to each other. Oh.
Right? Yeah. Like, it's really, I think it's going to be interesting. I think she'll know that he's blind. I think she might actually figure out that Matt Murdock is Daredevil without him telling her or trying to sleep with her, because we know he does both of those things. So, and you know what? I hate the game. I don't hate the player.
All right. Well, thank you for the thoughts and the non-thoughts, since you didn't get to see it first. I wasn't sure.
Hopefully we didn't make him go, oh yeah, I'm absolutely not watching the trailer now at all.
All right, but one trailer that I did not see is the Fall Guy trailer.
How am I the only one that saw both trailers?
Did you see this trailer, Force? Did you see this one? No? Okay, well, Fray girl, you're going to have to do this one, because this is the one I forgot to watch.
Okay, so do you guys know the TV series, The Fall Guy?
From long ago.
Yeah, the
All
Lee
I
Majors.
know is the game Fall Guys.
Okay, so the movie is basically a reboot of the TV show The Fall Guy,
Okay.
where Lee Majors' character, I can't remember what his name is, and I don't remember what Emily Blunt's character calls Ryan Gosling's character in the movie, because he plays that, but he's a stuntman. He's the fall
Okay.
guy. He's the one that falls for everybody. And so he's like the preeminent stuntman. Apparently, this is after he kind of goes through some stuff, and Emily Blunt's character, like he and her had a fling that probably wasn't really a fling, but you don't see that. Anyway, so there's like immediate animosity, and she's like, nope, he can't be the stuntman. I refuse to work with him and all this stuff. And then it comes to they want to get this like big A-list actor to be in the movie. So they have to go and find this guy. And it's the guy that's playing Craven, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yes.
He plays the like A-list actor. And they find out so the fall guy has to go find him. And then they find out he's dead in a bathtub in ice, like in like Vegas or something. And yeah. And so then he has to pretend to be this guy while he's trying to find out who killed him. And it's bizarre. It's bananas.
Is it like a comedic way?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So
like Weekend at Bernie's funny.
The guy who did it, also did Bullet Train. So it's a lot of Bullet Train stuff. So there's a lot of like fight scenes with like found objects and stuff. And it's really fast moving. And the trailer looks amazing. And it's like super colorful, lots of explosions. Ryan Gosling trying to be this like slick, stunt guy with great hair and kind of stubbly beard.
I literally thought it was just some like kids movie of the Fall Guys coming out.
No, this is like
I'm gonna have to look it up. That sounds interesting.
It's like Bullet Train took a TV show and smashed it into its world. I mean, honestly, that's what it is. It's a lot of explosions. At some point, Ryan Gosling's character asks Emily Blunt's character out while they're like getting ready to film a stunt, and he's on like a dolly off this like car, and he's just like, so maybe you want to go have some coffee or dinner sometime. And she's the director, so she's in the car that they're like filming from, and she's like out the window going, yeah, after this that would be nice. I mean, it's so absurd. And I'm like, this is the exact movie Ryan Gosling needs to do after Barbie. This is the next thing we need to see from him, because this is absurd enough for us to still like go, oh, Ken, oh, this is Ken, but also grounded in reality enough where he might actually get to have sex in this movie. So, you know what I mean? And yeah, so it's a really fun trailer. If you guys haven't seen it, go see it, and then look up the TV show The Fall Guy to understand this. It is like in the TV show, Lee Majors' character is a stuntman, but he also solves crimes. So it was that era in TV where everyone did something else, but they also solved crimes. It was that,
Oh, you get like diagnosis murder. He's a doctor, but he solves crimes.
Right, but he solved crimes. So it was that. So I was it was like, I loved The Fall Guy and Simon and Simon. I loved them both. They both had that kind of feel. And they both had cowboy hats in it and big trucks, because that was also a big deal back then. So I'm like really looking forward to this updated version, because I did watch the TV show. And and so I'm like, what? Husby told me about it, and I went, did you just say The Fall Guy? I mean, I was like, I literally screamed and said, what? like 5 times during this trailer. So expect on Tuesday during Distance Nerding, I will probably do that again. So, because I will have forgotten some of the stuff that's in it. But yeah, I would definitely say go and watch the trailer. It is a chef's kiss. It's a chef's kiss. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. It's got comedy.
All
It's got
right. Well,
action. You
I
beat
can't
people up.
wait to check it out. All right, so moving on, guys. Next is Star Ocean. I don't know anything about Star Ocean. Forrest,
okay.
do you know anything about Star Ocean?
As a matter of fact, I do. Give me 1 second here. And boom, boom, boom. All right, so last night on Beard in the Chair, we were busting out with a new game called Star Ocean: The Second Story R on PS5. This is a faithful remake to the original Star Ocean: The Second Story on PlayStation 1. It is everything you'll expect that you want a modern playthrough to be. So you have the old PS1 sprites with brand new 3D animated environments. Still pretty much plays the same with some modernized takes on it. I mean, you're either a fan of the Star Ocean series or you're not. It's an action RPG where you get in there and you hack and slash per battle. You get your XP and your battle points and everything that you need to upgrade. All of the magic that was in the original is in this, and I mean, if I were to rate it thus far, I'd give it about a 7 out of 10 because the voice acting it's a little lackluster. I'm going to be honest. I think they should have taken a little bit more time to cast some more believable actors for these parts because they're not just cringy. They're borderline pretty bad. Sei Wong was saying last night in the chat, you've always got the option to listen to it in Japanese, and if bad dub is not your thing, then maybe listening to it in Japanese might be. Or, you could go all retro and just play the original because the acting on that was also pretty good.
I've been thinking about learning Japanese. Maybe this is what I should do. Maybe I should do the Duolingo things and then play this game in Japanese.
Well,
I'm kidding. This is all a joke.
I know, but it's still a possibility.
That is true. I could always.
I would never go learn another language just to play a game.
I know.
I totally would, but only if it were Klingon or High Valyrian.
In a nutshell, Star Ocean is about the unifying of two people who are Claude, who is the son of a Starfleet officer. Not Star Trek Starfleet, but a Starship Federation officer who lands on her planet. And Reyna, who is a mystical being not originally from that planet in the first place. So the two of them are investigating a planet-killing meteorite that has landed, and it's having adverse effects on the planet, and everything just kind of unfolds from there. Star Ocean is way out there. It is 100%. Mix of sci-fi and RPG. It's a really fun play. It's got absolutely beautiful music. It's a lot of fun, and it's a highly recommend. So go get it if you're an RPG fan.
Nice. Thank you so much, Forrest. So you just whipped that out, and I was just like, woohoo! That could be taken completely out of context and be really, really bad.
Yay!
All right. So next, guys, we have FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't have it on my thing that Graveyard had asked me to review, but I will do one for you. It will be spoiler free. Okay. So I have watched a couple people play the game, but I'm not as into it as, like, for say, my son, who we took to see the movie on Thursday. Watching someone who is really into the games and a huge fan, people who love the game will love the movie. It was still, to my husband and I still really enjoyed it, even though my husband's never really watched anyone play it, and I've only watched like a couple of of certain games, not all of them. But the best part, which my husband, to me is the best part, which isn't spoilery because you're going to see the characters, is seeing the characters, like how they did it. Like, I don't even know how they did it exactly, but seeing them was so cool because they looked so perfectly creepy. But just seeing them in live action versus in a game and seeing what looked like something that was touchable and stuff was really interesting. For those who are wanting to take your kids, it's a bit more gruesome than you're probably expecting. My almost 14-year-old who loves DuckTales, that's the kind of in YouTube is what he usually watches, asked to leave about 3/4 into the movie, and I said no. But he still loved it. Like he's just like right now Freddy's on his mind, and he's watching stuff that's Freddy related and people's theories and watching back. There are YouTuber cameos, which I'm not going to break the. I'm not going to spoiler any of them because some of them are really fun. There was one that a lot of people wanted to be in the movie, but unfortunately he was unable to make it, just due to scheduling issues. But yeah, it was fun. I think even not being a fan of necessarily a huge fan of the game, I still really enjoyed the movie. Josh Hutcherson was great. I love him, but all I can think about is Peter Millark when I see him. They mostly had if most of the cast is people that I hadn't really known before. So it was nice to have some other people in there, but the ones that you do recognize are great in the movie as well. There's only 2 people in the movie that I even recognized. So
cool.
It's nice to see new actors and things, like people you just don't recognize and stuff. So if you go see it, just prepare for some gore that you may not be expecting. Hearing about something that happens in a video game and seeing it in video game format versus live action, it can leave a very different feeling. There's lots of little bits and pieces and Easter eggs as well that you can see. But that's it, I guess. It was good though. I really enjoyed it. Out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 7.5, 8.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
I watched, because I was thinking about Owen Wilson the other day. This is totally not Five Nights related. And I thought, what was the first thing I saw him in? And I saw it was available. I think it was on Prime, and I went and watched it. It's The Haunting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from the late 90s. That was the first thing I think I saw Owen Wilson in. And then, for those who don't know, it's got Liam Neeson and Catherine Zeta-Jones and that one lady who played the mom in Conjuring. I can't remember the actress's name suddenly. Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She's for Vera. No, it's her mom.
No, not Vera
Familios, but it's her mom, right? Yeah.
I don't think that's her mom.
The mom in Hawkeye.
No.
The mom in Hawkeye. It's not the mom in Hawkeye.
No,
that's actually Vera. From anyway, never mind.
Anyway, but it's funny. Anyway, moving on. Guys, we've reached our nerd out segment, and I'm very excited to hear Force's fighting words.
Today's nerd out is actually going to be very different from all of our other nerd outs because it is going to be on-screen participation.
Cool.
Today's nerd out is about time travel. We are nerding out on the subject of time travel from a small age, from a wee lad age, because Fray Girl and I are just about the same age. We remember things like Back to the Future.
Fourzze, I'm older than you, like about
I know.
10 years.
Yeah, but I feel 10 years older, so.
Aw. Poor Fourzze.
So time travel in our industry, our entertainment industry, has been told in many, many, many different ways. But there are 3 main ways that I figure we can tackle today, and just kind of what makes sense to stories, what makes, oh look, it's the son of Fourzze. Um, and you know, what's the easiest for people to understand? So I've narrowed it down to top 3. Number 1, the Back to the Future way. This is a simple one. You go back in time and you change the future. One line. That's it. That's all there is to it. You go back, you make an alteration, a different future happens. Okay? This could be something as simple as the whole Marty McFly effect, or it could be you go back from the day that you leave, right? And then the night before you get the lotto numbers, travel back, play those lotto numbers, and then the future is you're rich. That's a fun one. Pretty simple. Then we visit the Toriyama universe, the Dragon Ball Z method. Now, this is a fun one because when you go back and change something, what happens is you create a whole new reality. Now you've created an extra timeline. And to make matters more fun, you can slip back and forth between those 2 lines. But everything
like
you change,
Portal.
something like that, yeah. All right. And then you have your third possibility, which is there are infinite numbers of timelines. And if you go back and change one, you create infinite more. Or there already exists a timeline where you went back and changed things anyway. And they are, again, now we get into DC, Marvel, multiverse stuff, infinite theories. So those are the top 3. But I found it interesting when time met dimensions, because that's where we get our whole multiverse thing. So I want to hear from the Fray girl. First of all, what is your favorite way time travel works and why?
Okay. So, gosh, my favorite time travel. Being immortal. I feel like I have my own time travel because, you know, I just live it one moment at a time. I just don't go back and forth. No, I think, gosh, that's so weird because I've never really been asked that question. I think you're the first person to ask me what my favorite form of time travel is. I'm a huge fan of DC and Marvel. I do enjoy a multiverse type thing. And I really liked the whole dream walking scenario that they did in Multiverse of Madness. It's something that I've heard before, that when you dream, you're actually getting basically a window into your another self. And I just have to say that my other selves are way more interesting than I am. But like one of them's a vampire slayer. That's all I'm going to say. And yeah, so I kind of like the whole multiple or parallel universes, and that not necessarily you can control when you go back and forth, but that you can see windows into that, like your dreams, or if you've had deja vu or things like that. That's the reasoning. The reasoning is that you actually are having memories of a parallel time, and that's where we get all of that. So I think I'm more the smaller things leading up to smaller evidence leading up to parallel universes type things. So also I feel like in one I'm actually a Wonder Woman. So maybe that's why I'm all about it.
Metso, what's your theory?
Okay, so of the ones that you presented, I like the McFly version because it feels cleaner than like Marvel. Marvel gets so complicated and whatnot, and their time travel theories and all the different timelines and everything, that I guess my brain is fatigued for that at this moment, and so I go for something cleaner. I will give an honorable mention to Quantum Leap time travel because I enjoy that too. But yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have ever watched the movie. One of my favorite movies is About Time. And it's actually this really sweet romantic comedy that stars Domhnall Gleeson and what's her name from The Notebook? I can't believe it. She was
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams. I was like Rachel something. Rachel McAdams. She's in it as well. It's a really cool thing, but it actually time travels in it. But it's used so interestingly. Like Domhnall Gleeson's family can time travel, and his dad tells him about it. And of course, he thinks his dad's cracked because
I kind of vaguely remember seeing the trailer for that.
Yeah, and so he falls in love with this girl, Rachel McAdams' character, and she's an American in London, and they fall in love. Margot Robbie's in it. She's actually a friend of his sister's in it, and he has a crush on her. So there's a couple scenes in that. She's really good in it. But so he falls in love with Rachel McAdams, and I'm sorry, but I would choose Margot Robbie over Rachel McAdams, but that's just me. And he there's a really cute thing where he's trying to be all suave, and the first time they have, sex, he's not, so he goes back in time so he can have, do it over. And the second time he's like, oh no, that wasn't really good either. So he goes back a third time and does it for the third time. And she's like, that was amazing. Like, he knows exactly what she likes and everything. And it's that kind of stuff. It's that time travel. But he can't go past when he was born. So he can only travel back through his lifetime. And if he has a child and he goes back to before they're born, that changes who the child is. It's like you see immediate consequences of him breaking the rules kind of thing. And so, and it brings him and his dad closer. It's just a really amazing story that time travel is such a small part in it, but it was such an interesting way to highlight that as a way to find out what you really want in life and to get it. It was really neat. His dad just went back and read books. That's all he did. So he could read every book he ever wanted to read. And so nice. He would just go back to certain days and read books or play ping pong with his son or stuff like that. And then his dad dies in it and it's a really emotional thing, but he gets to go back in time and play ping pong with his dad one more time and go and spend the day that he thought was the perfect day with his dad again. In that. And so it's so heartwarming, and the way they use time travel in it to show emotions is just amazing. And so I didn't mean to make this about that, but it really is a good thing, and it's one of my favorite romantic comedies. So
what is Fourzze's favorite?
So mine comes from a game called Chrono Trigger, where you have what are basically aging gates. The way these gates work is that you can travel back to wherever the road takes you, be it prehistoric times, the Middle Ages, the future. But no matter when you use the gate, time is always moving forward. So if you travel to, say, the Middle Ages and you spend the night and then you come back to the present, it'll be tomorrow in the present. You go to the future, you spend the night, you come back to the present, it's still tomorrow in the present. So your gates age with you. So it's not like you can go back to before any specific moment. You can go back and change things with the whole Back to the Future method. However, you are still aging with your method of travel. So whatever you did back then, it's done. And that is a time theory.
That is a time theory. All right, thank you so much, Fourzze. Guys, we have reached the end of our show. So let's start with our pluggables, and let's give Fray Girl the stage.
Hello. All right, everybody. I am Fray Girl, or Fray the Musical this week. And I am here on Saturday Morning Nerd Out every week. I also run the Discord, not really run it. I'm on Discord. I mean, these Mezzos really, Mezzo runs it. I'm also have my own channel. We just dropped a new journal of the classes. We did the fighter. We're up to fighter now. So if you guys want to know, it's about 7 minutes long, not a long one at all. I think there are some interesting jokes in there. I really honestly can't remember what I said in it because it's been a while. But I know that we did all of them in one day. So we were all a little slap happy. So enjoy. And I'm also on Distance Nerding. I have been gone the last few weeks due to just different weird things happening in real life. But yes, I am going to be back next week. And yeah, that's it. I hope everybody had a happy Halloween or All Hallows Eve or Samhain, whatever you celebrate. And yeah.
All right. Thank you, Fray Girl, Mr. Fourzze.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Fourzze. You can find the work that I do at saberfont.com. If you own a lightsaber from places like, say, Kyber Cave, Vader's Vault, or custom Dark Wolf sabers, go to Saberfont and get a sound font you can put on that saber, light it up, and enjoy it as much as you possibly can with your friends and your family. Lightsabers are great for everyone. You can find me over at our sister channel, Distance Nerding, on Tuesdays for The Download, where I will be with the boys, Phil and James and Shadu and the Fray Girl, and we're going to be rocking everything out, including Fridays back here over at Kyber Cave, where we are doing Beard in the Chair with the Husbeard, and you can sometimes catch me right here on Saturday mornings, depending upon what we're doing for the Saturday morning nerd out. But until we see each other again, may the Fourzze be with you.
And
Yay.
I'm Mezzo. I'm Premier Mommy. You can catch me on my own Twitch channel on Tuesdays and Fridays once I finally get my internet sorted. I unfortunately could not stream yesterday because my internet's a mess. But you can find me on Twitch. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter. Mezzo JD is what I am on all social media. Mezzo, Mezzo like pizza, and I also like pizza, so that works out pretty well. Yeah. I love pizza, but tomato sauce and acid reflux don't,
Yeah.
give me pesto sauce. I'll do better. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this Saturday morning nerd out. And don't forget to tune in to our other shows. You can find the information about that in the description below, including...
Who's the guest tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have a cosplayer on our show, so don't forget to tune into that. All right, guys, you have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you later. Happy Saturday!
Yay.